Hey, we are going to make pork rind and Parmesan oven fried chicken. It's such a tongue twister. What we have here is crushed pork rinds. This is actually 2 bags of pork rinds. We won't be using all of it, but I'm going to put a little clip at the end that shows how to actually get the crushed pork rinds. I have grated Parmesan. You can use shredded too, but I find grated works better. I have chicken thighs with the skin on down here. And what I've been having them marinating for about, I don't know, hour, an hour and a half. And 2 eggs, a little bit of heavy cream, salt, pepper, a little cayenne pepper, and then I have a garlic and herb seasoning in there, but you can put any kind of seasoning you want to marinate your chicken. I have 2 of the kind of roasting trays. I lined them with foil and then with a layer of parchment paper. The parchment paper is really important because the chicken will stick to it if you don't put the parchment paper in there. So what I'm going to do now, I'm not going to use all of these pork rinds. I usually use like probably just less than a bag, but I crushed extra pork rinds to have on hand at a later time. So I'm probably going to put probably a little bit more, yeah, maybe 2 to 3 cups of the crushed pork rinds. And I like to do it in a Ziploc bag. You can do it in a bowl if you don't want to waste the Ziploc bag. It's totally up to you, but I just find it's easy cleanup. So I got about 2.5 cups of the crushed pork rinds here, and I'm going to do about 1/2 cup of the grated Parmesan cheese, and move that to the side. Just put them here, and I'm going to seal it up. That's why this is kind of easy to do in the Ziploc bag. I'm just going to mix them all together. All right. Once it's all mixed together, turn it out. I take my chicken, and I'm just going to show you one, and then I'll come back once it's all done and show you what it looks like. So I take 1 chicken thigh, put it in the bag, and it's like shake and bake. And I kind of press the Parmesan and pork rind coating onto the chicken so that it sticks really well. Gets really coated well. And take it out, shake it out a little bit. See how can you zoom in just a little bit? Yeah, okay, you see how it's nice and crusted? And then just place it on the parchment paper. That's it. All right, so I'm gonna do the rest of the chicken, and then I'll come back and show you what it looks like before we put it in the oven. I do have my oven heated to 400 degrees, okay? Okay, so I have my 10 chicken thighs all on coated and ready to go. I didn't have to add any crust to it. It actually worked out to be exactly right. This is my last one that you did, so you can see I kind of like dumped the rest of the little bit of pork rinds that were left in the bag and on top so we don't waste anything. And I'm going to pop it into my 400 degree oven for about 45 minutes. These are really big thighs, so it's going to be at least 45 minutes to bake. And I do test them with the food gauge, temperature gauge. And I've done this with chicken legs, chicken thighs. I've done it with chicken breast strips, which those only took about 20 minutes to cook, to make like chicken strips for the kids. So yeah, I'll come back when I take it out the oven so you can see how pretty golden brown they are. Okay, so it's been 45 minutes. The chicken is out of the oven, and you can see it has a pretty golden brown color to it. And I have this little food temperature gauge, and I'm just going to stick it into the thickest part of the chicken. I want to make sure it's 160 degrees. And yeah, so we're good. We're over 160 degrees. So the chicken's completely done. Just as a preview, I'm working on a donut recipe, but they look kind of pathetic. But so if I perfect that, that might be a future recipe. And then in the oven here, I have some broccoli cooking. If you can focus. And yeah, there we go. I just rolled that in bacon drippings, Parmesan cheese, salt, and pepper. So that is our meal, and I'll show it when we have it all plated up. Okay, so I am getting ready to start preparing things to make my pork rind and Parmesan crusted oven fried chicken tonight. And so I just tried something new, and I'm going to do another bag. I have the Max fried pork skins, and I'm going to crush them up. I usually crush them by hand, and it takes long, and they don't really get thin enough. or as soon as I like them. But I just tried to do a bag with my mixer or food processor, and it worked beautifully. So here we go. I'm just gonna drop the whole bag in. I'm gonna have to crush them down just a little bit, but so like the whole bag goes in. All right. I'm just gonna put it on low. When I tried this with my small food processor, it got almost like gummy. But the big food processor seems to be the right thing. High for a second. And then low. Let me check it. I'm just gonna stir it around a little bit. Oh yeah, that's perfect. I don't even need to do it anymore. That's it. That's how I crush the pork skins. And then later I'll be back with how I actually prepare the chicken. Thanks.